You know how sometimes you kind of get obsessed with wearing a certain item? And so like you wash it and then you dry it and then you basically put it right back on? That is basically this sweater for me. So don't judge that I've been wearing it in the last several videos. I promise I have washed it and cleaned it. But on that note, hello everybody and welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie and today we have an interesting thing to discuss. I say interesting because this is the first time, and I will say this with a very heavy asterisk, this is the first time I've had anything from Galen Leather that I haven't been 100% in love with. Spoiler, I like this a lot, but it's not perfect. And again, I say that with a huge asterisk because I think it's solid. It's just, I guess in my brain, I was expecting something a little bit different. But let's get into it. Shall we? It is this honkin' beast right here. She's a thick boy right now. This is, of course, Galen Leather. Stunning as always. I mean, I have reviewed so many Galen Leather products, and my all-time favorite notebooks are from Galen Leather, as I just chucked it across the room. I adore it. I love them. They're gorgeous. Love everything about their notebooks. I have several Galen Leather cases. I mean, just within quick and easy grasp. I've got like a little leather pouch here. What else do I have? I've got a single pen sleeve. What else do I have from them at easy grasp? Oh, I haven't. Oh shoot! I was like, I have another pen sleeve, but it's actually in the other room at the moment. But anyways, this beautiful thing is the Crazy Leather Horse in tan. It is my all-time favorite leather from them. This is basically like leather that will age and patina over time, like all, but has already been slightly stressed. So the lighter parts of the leather that you see here typically have had some sort of stress point, and you can actually see right here a bit of a line. That is a pen, and you'll see in a minute. The zippers are super heavy duty. They are thick with 3 C's, but they are super well made. They're incredibly well made. I've never once had any issues with any Galen Leather products. And I love the little logo on the bottom, and that's the only logo that you'll get on this whole thing. So the rest of it is pretty unbranded, because even the top of the zipper, I'll get my face out of the way so it'll focus, doesn't have any kind of branding on it. This case here is A5 size, and it's A5 size for a reason. So this is supposed to hold a notebook and up to 10 fountain pens, which I got super stoked about because I was like, holy smokes, guys, this would be the perfect case to bring to my cottage, to my D&D nights, like anything. So I could bring a notebook and my pens all in one convenient little package and not have to worry about it. But it isn't 100% perfect. I got my hair stuck in the zipper. Can you guys see that? All problems solved now. This is perfectly well made. Let me just put that out there. It's not a problem of the build. The build is, as usual, fantastic. But I think I have a notebook that's slightly too big for the case. Because when you open it up, I only have 3 pens in here right now. All 3 of these, by the way, have had reviews, so check out my channel. They're actually the last 3 pen reviews that I've done. So you will have a pretty easy time finding them. The Franklin Christoph's at the top. The complicated one I can't pronounce is in the middle, also from Galen Leather, and then the Bennu fall at the bottom. And then you get another little leather flap that protects your pens from the notebook that you have in there, and then the notebook itself. Now it slides in the back by a little leather flap here. There we go. And there is a top part here where you could put the notebook under there either. I just don't use this part because I find it too difficult to be able to like get over top of it. But you slide in the back portion of the notebook there, so that way when you open it, it doesn't fall out by accident. And that's it, guys. Pretty well constructed, that's for sure. The only reason why I say it's not 100% perfect is because I think maybe I have a slightly too thick notebook. Now this is a Galen Leather notebook. This is their carmine version, but they have more in leather like this. This is obviously the smaller size. It's teeny tiny, but they do have plenty more sizes. But yeah, this is a notebook. This isn't the carmine. Carmine's leather. This is the Cosmo Air Light. I have been using this notebook since February 2023, and I'm only halfway through because I don't really journal anymore, guys. I have fallen out of it. The last entry I wrote was in August. I used to journal daily, and I am struggle bussing to be able to do it these days. I really do need to get back to it. But I've just found other things to do with my time right now. And the reason why I say it's not 100% perfect is because it's a little bit hard to close. Let me put the notebook back in. Yeah. So once we put the notebook in there and 3 pens, which admittedly the Bennu Euphoria is a bit larger of a pen. But you can see here, like when I want to close it, it doesn't really line up super, super well. And so when I go to zip it, I can't zip it super easy around this part here. It'll do it, but I really have to stretch the case. It has admittedly gotten a little bit easier over time doing it. The very first time I tried was difficult. And when I had all 3 pens back to back, I almost couldn't do it. So it has stretched a little bit. So it is slightly easier now. So theoretically, it could continue to stretch a little bit, and then it won't be an issue moving forward. But it is something to be aware of that I was not expecting, because I have never had even the slightest issue with any Galen Leather product I've ever had. So not that this is not an issue with the thing. It's just a happenstance. But I've never had even a happenstance with anything from Galen Leather before. So I wasn't expecting it. And I will say, like, I did have to be very aware of just some ASMR ripping that open for you. I did have to be very aware of where the Bennu was. So I had to make sure that, like, it, the butt end of it wasn't too far down, and that it was as close to the top zipper as possible. So if you have any pens that are oversized, more so than a Bennu Euphoria, which I don't consider oversized. I consider it a larger pen for sure, but it is definitely not oversized. So this would not be something that I think you could use with an oversized pen unless you had like a very thin notebook. So if you only had like a pad of paper rather than an entire notebook, then potentially that would be no issue. But if you've got the beefy pens, this Just telling y'all how it actually is. All right, that is my job here on the YouTubes. That's why you're watching me, and that's why I do this. But other than that one thing, do I recommend this? I do. I recommend anything you could ever get from Galen Leather. They make really top tier quality materials. You get what you pay for. Galen Leather is a little bit on the pricey side, but you won't really have any problems when you do. And if you do happen to encounter any issues, they're really great, and they'll handle any feedback you have with graciousness. Sometimes the shipping, depending on where you are, can take a little bit, especially if you're in Canada right now and Canada Post is on strike again. But yeah, it is just dynamite. And like I said, they use the beefiest like YKK zippers of all time. The teeth on these things is ginormous. They literally look like a monster that could eat you and just go nom, 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 nom. But anywho's, do I recommend it? Yes, I do. Just be aware that if you've got really thick pens and really thick notebooks, they won't go hand in hand together. So moving forward, I think I'm going to use a thinner notebook, probably like not a full, thick, beefy journal style, and more something that is like, do I have one on hand? No, I don't. But like just one of those like little thin ones. And then my pen choice for right now is probably okay. And then I would have no issue. So that's probably what I'll start taking to D&D on Sundays when I play. When, my robot Steve gets to take on the gods and kill some titans. I'll be partying. So yeah. I do recommend it. Check it out. The link is in the description. While you're there, you can also check out links to my Patreon if you want to help further support me and what I do on this channel. You'll also find a link to my Instagram, where I will start posting more often now that I'm getting back into the swing of this social media goodness. I hope you guys are having a great start to the holiday season. And as always, I'll see you next time.